Greetings, Hotep, peace, Islam. My name is Aset Mayat Eju Bey. Once again, I would like to welcome you to week number 3 of our Culture and Refinement series entitled The 7 Units. Before we get started, I would once again like to wish everyone a very happy, peaceful, and prosperous 2013 as we all come together in unity and universal love. Now, let's go over the 7 units again. I like to go over them every week to refresh our memory. Point number 1, 7 unit would be how to sew. How to sew would be number 1. Number 2 would be how to cook a beautiful meal for self and loved ones. That would be number 2. Number 3 would be how to clean. How to clean, take care of your home, keep it beautiful, spotless, and organized, and creative. To actually reflect the love that you have for yourself, for your family. Point number 3 is how to clean. Number 4, how to take care of your children. We had delved into some of this last week, and we're going to try to continue on with point number 4. We'll go into that a little bit when we're done going over the 7 units. Point number 4 was how to take care of your children. Go over that again. Point number 4. 5 would be how to take care of your husband for the women, and for the men, how to take care of your wife, your consort. And also, in telling this would be how to take care of yourself. Point number 5. We're going to go in a little bit of that, taking care of yourself. Some things I want to talk about on that one. And then number 6 would be how to act at home, which would be outside of your base of your home, would be in the community, where you do your daily activities, school, work, play, activities. How to act when you are out, how you treat yourself, and how you treat others. And the last, that would be 6. And number 7 again would be how to act at home and abroad. Now, abroad means traveling out of your perimeter, out of the country, how you act at home, abroad when you're out in different parts of the country. Because there's a whole world out there, people. And it's good to try to travel, not just within the country, but all over the whole world, our universe. And we as Moors, we traveled the whole world. A lot of people did not know where to get to without our helping them get there. So we want to get into that even more. We were world travelers, and that's what we have to be now in 2013. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. Now, I'm looking at my time. Okay. I want to go into take care of your children. I'm going to talk about daycares and homeschooling. And before we do that, I want to go into the incident again. I think we talked a little bit last week about what happened at Sandy Hook in Newtown, Connecticut. And as I've been studying a lot, I found out that it was a hoax. I believe it was a hoax. I've been finding a lot of information on YouTube by very qualified people, backtracking and dealing with all my information. I found that it was a hoax. It was actually a part of an operation conducted by the Department of Homeland Security called Operation Shahid, and it's spelled H as in house, S as in Sam, E as in Edward, E as in Edward again, and P as in Paul. But I call it Operation Sheep, but it's Operation HSEEP. If you type it in, it will come up. And what this is, they were actually conducting emergency evacuations out of schools, and it's conducted in a lot of cities. So why the government did it this way, I don't know, but there actually were no children were killed, I believe. And I did come across some information on rinse.com, which is a very, very, very good website that goes into a lot of information and bags up where they get the information from and where it comes from. It's called rinse.com. And they were actually coming up with a lot of articles that pinpointed that program, saying that the children were actually led out by the teachers down to the fire. It was a firehouse that was down the way, and that's where they held them at. So that's why a lot of the things weren't making sense, that people saw on TV when they were interviewing these parents. They like they were still happy, and in light of what happened, they were looking like they were smiling and everything. So what I saw on YouTube, because I don't watch a lot of TV. But it's very, very interesting. So it's actually done in order to get them to take the guns away, because this year in 2013 is going to be a lot of significant things that's going to be happening. And that's why people have to be ready to getting themselves together physically, mentally, and spiritually. And that's why these 7 units are so very key. They're so very important. I hope that we all can take some away from it, prepare ourselves for what's about to happen and what is happening. Because they want to take the guns away, and then they have to take the guns away first in order to devalue or take away the money. So that's what's going to, be happening 2013 and beyond. So we have to really prepare for that, people. So you have to be ready if you're going to be able to walk through this thing. And people talk about Jesus coming back. I'm sorry, no Jesus is coming back physically. You're going to have to be the real Jesus. You're going to get through this and really look at what the man was trying to say, because he never said he was coming back. So he says, study the works and things that he did, and then you perhaps can make it through, and other people like him that showed us the way. So right there, that's very important. So if you want to do your research, just go in, type in Sandy Hook, Newtown, Connecticut. It's all there on the internet for you people. It was a hoax, and like I said, it was done for them to try to take the guns away. So let's go and talk about daycares. Daycares are very important for those who are still working in the community, still have to have their children in daycares. Always check out the daycares. There are a lot of things going on through the country with different daycares, all on the news, all on the internet. Children being abused sexually, physically, all kinds of things going on. And you just have to be careful and do your homework before you put your child in a daycare. I suggest that you stay at home. Those that can't stay at home with their children, then you have to do what you have to do. But you check these daycares out thoroughly. You go on the internet, do background checks on individuals that work there. Word of mouth is good, but sometimes that don't work anymore. You just have to get in and do the work yourself. Go on the internet, these certain companies like people.com, type in background checks, and it'll bring up all these different companies. You can go under counties where you live, and they'll bring up that information as well. So you can find out a lot about different daycares that way by getting on the internet. And also homeschooling is going to be fundamental now with a lot of things that has been going on with these schools and daycares. A lot of people want to go stay home, or get someone to teach their children. I myself do homeschooling, and there's a lot of ways that it can be done if the parents themselves does not want to do it. There are actually educators out here, such as myself, that do homeschooling and in person on the internet. So I do a lot of tutoring as well in and outside the community, so I can be reached for that as well. But there are people all around this country that really love teaching, educating kids as well, children as well as myself. So that's very important, homeschooling, and I think that would be the better thing to do if people can do that, because there's just a whole lot too much stuff that's going on in public schools that, it's time people just need to take their children out of it if they can. We'll be talking about that too as the weeks go on. And also, I want to get to talk about the Take Care of Yourself unit and go into taking care of self. Now, I was just concerned the women or the female or the sisters about some articles I've been reading that sisters don't want to exercise. Now, it's very important. I mean, all of our people are very problems with our people being the most obese, the most health problems. I mean, other races have problems too, but the highest level and rates of death in the communities from diabetes, strokes, high blood pressure is with our people, so-called black people. So, 2013, people, you got to really, really get in and trying to get your diets together. Exercising is a part of that. You can exercise all day, but if you don't try to eat the right food, what good is it? It all goes hand in hand. Peace of mind, spirituality, physically, mentally, physically, all goes together. And you have to eat the right diet. You have to have the right food. And this comes by cutting back on your meat, not eating so much meat, getting into eating more of vegetables. There's a lot of websites, veggieweb.com. I mean, slowly wean yourself off. But first, if people don't do anything, they need to get themselves out of eating pork, our people. There's just so much of that still rampant in our communities. People still eating pork. And overweight. 1 out of 2 people in the so-called black community is overweight, including children, obesity. I mean, it's really a damn shame. That's what I say, because there's no reason for it. Our people don't have no type of discipline. And this thing that's happening now with 2013, You're going to have to really get together if people want to survive. And that go for anybody. Because the thing that's getting ready to go through now, it's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on. And you have to really get in shape for this. It's stuff that's getting ready to go down 2013 and beyond. Oh yeah, it's going to get real deep here in a minute. So, you just have to say to yourself that you come up with a regimen, exercise. There's no reason why sisters shouldn't exercise. The excuse that our sisters are saying and the women in our community are saying they don't want to exercise because of their hair. When I read that, I was about outdone. I'm like, what is going on? You don't want to exercise because of your hair. That is such the stupidest reason. I mean, I never heard of such. If you want to go to a exercise gym, fine. You don't have to go to exercise gym. But if you do, sometimes I just swerve my hair around, wrap it up, and put a scarf or hat on. And then you can always go in the bathroom, tie your hair up, look presentable in your exercise gear, get out there and work. You're going to utilize the machines or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop being so subconscious how we look. If you trying to exercise, if you look presentable in your clothes, wrap your hair up if you have to. You're scared you're going to sweat it out. They'll say you can wear braids. I mean, there's so many things you could do. It's just an excuse to me. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then also you can exercise at home with your children or by yourself with your husband, your man, or whatever. Put on some fast music, Michael Jackson, some old hip-hop, 30 minutes, 3 times a week. That's not asking too much to get started exercising. And then getting to eating the right foods, getting on the internet, finding out, weaning yourself off this pork. Then this beef is no good because all these animals are cloned. These beefs are cloned. That's why you have so many people just dropping dead. It's based off the diet. And when the weather gets hot, it's going to be starting to get real hot because the sun is just going to get closer and closer. And that's why a lot of people just passing out, just dying, just dropping dead. Young people I've been reading about. People I knew from the city I'm from just found out people just died, dropped dead. All kind of people I knew, for no reason. Just talking one day and they just fell over on the couch. A friend of mine from where I'm from in Ohio, he just fell over one day. Young man too, he's only like in his middle 50s or something. He wasn't even that old. So it's very important people try to eat the right food and exercise. Sisters, you're going to have to get out of that mindset. Go take a walk. It doesn't make sense. You can take a walk, starting out walking. For what? 30 minutes maybe. It doesn't take much to start to get into some type of regimen, making a schedule out for yourself, having a routine. Get your children, small children, older children, teenagers, get them out there too. You know what I mean? Exercise at home together. Like I said, you put on music, exercise, all kind of different things you could do, type of exercises, sit-ups. You can do the running, the jumping jacks. We'll be going over those too as well with this too. Actually going over some different exercises you can do to get started. We go through the weeks with this these 7 units. So just throwing it out there right now. 2013 is very important, people, that you have to really get in line. Planets have lined up. That means we individuals have to get ourselves together, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Basically, all this foolishness that has been going on in our communities especially must stop. I mean, it has to stop. It comes with positive for yourself, what you're trying to do, and then you reflect it in yourself, and others will see it, and they'll want to change as well with you. This is about survival of the fittest, with the time that we're living in now. It's a good time, but also can be worse times. So you just have to be up on upward, because Jesus ain't coming back to save nobody. Zippo. So get into saving yourself, be living the spiritual life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. That's what it's about. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there, and I hope it sounds something informative. And everything that I do out of love. So I want to wish you peace, love, freedom, justice, and equality. And I want to close out as I end it. And I want to go through one little pamphlet once again that's presented by Noble Gerard. And it says, what is your nationality? It says, our nationality is Moorish American. I just want to end by saying, if anybody ever told you that you had Indians in your family, more than likely you were born on this land. And once you do the investigation, you will find out that you are actually a Moorish American and you have a nationality. So I want to end out, and thank you for listening. Peace and love.